G'day punters, racing this weekend. We're racing at Rosehill. We're racing on a good surface at the moment. No rain forecast, which is a good thing for us. Hopefully not winds like last week, so we're going to be racing on a fair surface. We've got plenty of good racing. We've got the Group 2 Theo Mark Stakes. We've got the Group 2 Run to the Rose, and we've got the Group 2 Scirocco Stakes. All good races, really nice horses returning from a spell that are going to shape the future races of this spring. Exciting stuff. Let's get stuck in, find a couple of winners. My best bet of the day comes up in the 7th race. It is number 6, Arcadia Queen, a recent addition to the Chris Wallace stable. J-Max in the saddle. 1,300 metres is absolutely ideal for her first up. She's trialled absolutely outstanding twice. The first one was behind Grey Worm, who's come out and won, and the second one was behind Ready to Profit, and she was clicked up late in that trial and she really responded nicely. Her win before a spell over the older horses in the Group 1 Kingston Town Stakes over in WA was absolutely outstanding. I don't think J-Mac will get too far back on her from barrier 1 over 1,300 metres first up. I think she's going to be fresh enough, and I just think she's going to be too good for them. I think we might get even money on the day, so that is good enough for me, and I am happy to load up on her and make her the best bet of the day. So that is in the Theo Mark Stakes, Rosehill, race 7, number 6, Arcadia Queen, the best bet of the day. The next best bet of the day comes up in the 8th race. It is the Scirocco Stakes. We were on this mare first up. She has always shown plenty of potential. It is number 9, Mizzy from the On Fire Anthony Cummings stable. Tommy Berry's in the saddle. She won first up for us. Second up, she can only improve. 1,200 metres is absolutely ideal for her second up. She beat Soothing first up. I think that form aligns with the rest of the field. It is a very strong race, but I think this horse can measure up. There's about $5 about her at the moment. She had trialled really well prior to her first up effort, and then she backed that up. I think she improved second up, and I think she will be winning. She hopefully will find the perfect spot just in behind them. She's got enough gate speed to do that. Tommy Berry's in the saddle. He's riding in outstanding form, and I just have her measuring up, and I think $5 is a good price about her having that little bit of fitness edge on many of her rivals. So that is race 8, number 9, Mizzy, the next best bet of the day at Rosehill. I think our value bet of the day comes up in the 4th race. It's in the staying race, number 5, Gayatri from the Chris Wallace stable. Tommy Berry's in the saddle. She's drawn absolutely perfectly. We were on a last start and she just wasn't good enough for our candidate, but that is good enough form for this. I think our candidate will measure up to Group 1 form. I think he's a Metropolitan horse, and then he'll go to the Spring Carnival and compete in the Caulfield Cup and be a chance and run in the Melbourne Cup. So that's a bit far off, but I think he is a nice horse in the making. Gayatri ran second to him. She was travelling and he just sprinted too fast for her. But she beat the rest of the field easily. She beat them by a couple of lengths, and I think she can only improve on that effort. So 2,400 metres, 5th up is absolutely ideal. She's at her peak now, and I think she's going to prove very hard to get past. She's going to race on the speed, and I have her very hard to beat. $8 about her at the moment. I think that is good value, and she could be well backed on Saturday. So that is Rosehill Gardens, race 4, number 5, Gayatri, as the value bet of the day at Rosehill for us. I think the roughie of the day comes up in the 5th race in the Dulcify Stakes over 1,500 metres. Number 8, Edison from the On Fire Beyond Baker stable. Brenton Avdullah's in the saddle. He's drawn barrier 7. Last start, he drew awkwardly and he had to go back behind True Detective and Superior. He had absolutely no luck. He made a little bit of ground up before the corner, but he didn't find clear galloping room until the last 150 metres. He found the line really sweetly. 1,500 metres is absolutely ideal. There's not a whole lot of speed in the race, so I would suggest that he will head forward. He might sit in just behind Just Thinking. I think he is going to be super hard to beat, and I think he hits the front at some stage. Whether he can hold him off, I don't know, but there's about $15 about this horse. He's hard fit, and I just think he is going to give us a really nice run for our money. So that is the roughie of the day. Coming up in the 5th race, number 8, Edison from the Bjorn Baker stable. He's going to give us a nice run on the speed. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, punters. If you do want to head over to our website, thelegupaustralia.com. You can find all our tips there. You can sign up to our punting strategy emailing list, which you will get all our tips emailed to you, which is a fantastic service. And if you haven't listened to our podcast yet, please do. Just open up Apple or Spotify and type in The Leg Up Australia and it will come up. There's about 30 episodes there. So it's coming to the end of the first season and we are really proud of that product. So jump on board the Leg Up Australia podcast. If you are going to have a bet on Saturday at Rosehill or anywhere else in Australia, please do so responsibly. And as always from the Leg Up Australia, good luck and good punting.